Duno's World, and this is me, you feel me? So I grew up in Echo Park, DTLA, so the beginning, the end of downtown LA. So I live in the ghetto side of them beautiful buildings. The skyline you guys see, Staples Center, all that. That's cool, that's LA, but we live in the fucked up side where they don't give a fuck about it. Yeah, we grew up in it. So I say Echo Park because that's our zip code, 90026. So I think the zip code runs from like, so that's where I just say I grew up. I grew up in Echo Park. I say downtown LA to people that are not from LA. People are, let's say they're from like, let's say Compton, Watson, they don't know what Echo Park is. Like, there's little parts in South Central that probably I don't know, or well, I don't know, but most people don't know what Echo Park is. If you're from LA, regardless, you don't know what Echo Park is. The movie, Mi Vida Loca, whatever that bullshit. The age till I was born till 6, I grew up right there in Maryland, right there behind, kind of like on Maryland and Big Show. That shit was a hectic growing up right there. One of my cousins got stabbed 7 times around his neck. My other cousin got shot 6 times and lived not that far either. They were from like corner to the ice cream truck type of shit. But I was younger then, so that shit kind of blurred out to me. I was a kid. I knew I couldn't go out from a certain time to a certain time, you feel me? I mean, not like I would listen, but you know, just the fools were like, oh, you know, you just can't be out here type of shit. So yeah, and then I remember growing up, that shit was hectic in that building. That shit was fucking, cops were raiding it. Fucking, they were shooting in that shit, fools. And that's when gangbanging was still a little more active. That was like around the early 2000s. Yeah, I'm a 2000 baby, so I was 2005. That's when gangbanging was like, I think it was coming at its peak where it's like, all right, this is where, fools, I'm talking about, my cousin's enemies used to run in the building with guns looking for like.
And how old were you when
I was 5, but I remember though, like, but you know what it was a trip too, that I felt like they had way more respect than too, which is crazy. Mom, you're fucking, hopefully one day I do it with my mom, but you catch my mom when some fools that beefing with my cousins here walked in with the building in the shoddy. Watch, I'm gonna do with my mom an interview, and that fools are like, and that fools told my mom to go inside, like, hey, señora, métese. Like, they didn't, like, oh, what the fuck, made you? Nah, like, señora, supposed, like this.
Respect.
Yeah, fool, like, talking about, and my mom said with a big ass shorty talking about, I was like, puede meter, like, and my mom was like, damn, like, and yeah, my mom was like, damn, they have so much respect, but you knew what they were there to do, you feel me?
Yeah.
And think about it, my mom and my dad, they're from Mexico. To us, to them, the life we were living then or what we're living now was lavish because they grew up in houses de carbon and all this shit. Like, what the fuck? To them, it's like, you feel like water, food, a table, you feel like tortillas every day.
Hot
like,
water.
Yeah, you feel like living it. That gang shit was just the downside of it, I guess, you feel me? But it's normal. But at the moment, so we lived there from the age of 1. So I lived there me personally, I lived there from the age of 1 to 6. And then we ended up moving on Douglas, which is where I grew up, which is where I got into all that relajo and all that shit. But from like 1 through 6, that's when my oldest sister was going through some shit herself. She ran away from home. She was putting her mom through a lot of shit. You feel me? My dad's a dope head. To this day, he's a drug addict. And TJ. So my mom basically was raising 4 kids on her own. A daughter that was going through her personal problems, my other sister, and then she had my 2 older sisters and me to watch. And she's the housekeeper, so she was thinking about it, waking up every day, going to work, leaving us to school, having somebody pick us up, and then in the middle of the night go looking for your daughter that's 14, 15, running away. You feel me? So she was a warrior, dog. So then we ended up moving from there to Douglas, which is what I remember more, which is the block I grew up in, which is where we went where I got shot and all that shit.
Okay.
And then I grew up, so I'm the only boy. I have 3 older sisters, so the whole you being manly shit didn't really count for me because my dad was getting deported for carrying a gun or robbing food with guns, and my dad was getting deported back and forth. So he'll be in my life. Let's say he'll be in my life from like, let's say, for honestly, I don't really remember. Like, I know who my dad is. I remember him. But there's like a certain point where I remember him seeing from like age of 5, and then he'll be gone for like 6 months or 2 years, and then he'll come back like at 7. And then I think he went to rehab once for 6 months. And for a minute, he was living at Skid Row too.
Oh,
we used to go
okay.
visit him.
Yeah, I work around there. So.
Yeah, we used to go visit. You know how they have shelter homes?
Yeah.
We used to go visit him, give him a couple noodles and shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we used to go do that.
You have a good. So, what's your relationship with him?
That fool right now, honestly, fool is kind of one of those things where like I respect you because you're my dad, and I grew up in a house where you could hate him and but to this day, my brother-in-law's like my dad to me. So my dad, I call him like I haven't talked to him in, let's say, this is coming from my birthday since the age of 12. Yeah, since the age of 12 he hadn't called me. So let's say I talked to him recently because I'm gonna go to TJ. But every time I go, my sister gave me the number that he calls from. Because we don't hear from my dad, sometimes we hear from him like once every 4-3 months. And if it's a good couple of days, we'll hear from him from let's say like we'll hear from him on let's say on May, and we won't hear from him again till September. Because let's say he was locked up in TJ those 3 months in jail type of shit. The last one to see him for one of us was my sister Cookie, and she wouldn't go see him when he was locked up at a rehab. I'm talking about for my dad's 40 and looks like 70, 80 dog. That's what Christian, that's what dope is to you. That's what the drugs.
Yeah, cause it really fucks up.
Yeah, that's what the drugs did to him, fucked him up, put him in a situation where. And I remember, fool, like when I was younger, dog. I think the only life lesson he ever gave me was do what I say now, not as what you see. Cause fool, he used to. Fool, I'm talking about. He used to get home from work and hotbox our bathroom full with dope, and my mom used to get mad, fool, bum. La chingadera, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he wasn't really in my life, like, growing up.
Okay. And your mom, you have a good relationship with your mom?
Yeah, well, that's the love of my life, dog.
Yeah, your mom's sure the best.
Yeah, that's a warrior, my boy. That's, like, I remember her, I grew up playing water polo. They never went to any of my games. They'll go to championships and stuff like that.
And water polo is when you...
Yeah, with soccer, basketball, and water. Yeah. So that's what I grew up playing, because the block where I grew up in, they have a pool in the corner. And then they have that famous park, Vista Hermosa, the one where
okay, with the view and all that. Okay.
So then I got into playing water polo, like when I was like, let's say I was like fucking. So I got into the swim team because my homies got into the swim team. The homie Georgie, the homie Lucia, and the homie Julio. They got into the swim teams. I was like, and they were older than me, so I always wanted to follow them. That fool used to pick on me, bully me, because I grew up with sisters, so their thing was let's baby our little brother.
Yeah.
And my mom was always at work, fool, constantly. Like, I think I used to be at home by myself since the age of 8. 6,
okay.
like 7, fool, like,
yeah,
you could make your own cup of noodle, drink a soda, and watch TV. Yeah, I think I was living the life.
Yeah.
Watching SmackDown and shit. And then them fools got me into it. And them fools got me into kicking it, woo, BB gun wars.
Yeah, that boy stuff.
Yeah, that you're not fool. Don't be a bitch, fool. You gotta box him. You gotta go body shots.
Yeah, body shots. Okay, knuckles.
Yeah, knuckles.
Bloody knuckles.
So the homies were like, "Now you gotta do this, fool. That's when you're a guy, fool. You gotta woo."
Yeah.
And then so that was from like the age of 6 to like 10. But at the same time, fool, that's when we'll be playing football at the block, fool, and they'll shoot that shit, bomb, drive-bys, fool. I'm telling you, my first drive-by was at the age of 9 with my sister and my homie Julio. We were coming back from the store. I think I told you. And I had like, we had chips or like Skittles or some shit. And I would hear it, fuck whoop-de-whoop, the hood I grew up with. And then the homies from the hood I grew up with diss them fools. And I would hear like, oh yeah, fool. Boom. They do like some weird U-turn. And they just start blasting, bam, bam, and we dug, fool, because think about it.
You guys were outside the store, or you guys were in the car?
So the block starts like right here, right? And this is the end of the block, and this is the end of the block. So, and then we're walking up the little hill from the store, and we're in front of the homie Georgie's pad. And over here is fuck with you. But we already, like, we're just thinking they're dissing each other. But they see us walking, they see a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Back then, that shit was...
Yeah, active.
It was time, food. That's what you...
It was more active back then.
Yeah, for everybody wanted to prove themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
And over here, bam, 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 boom, shooting at each other, fool. And we just dug. I remember my sister ducking first, and then the homie Julio grabbed me, like, bam. And then they're just shooting, bam, bam. And we're like, oh, shit.
And how old were you at that time?
Fuck, I was like 9, fool, 9, 8.
Seeing that already?
Already, my boy.
That's a big...
And then I remember sometimes too, fool, we'll be playing football, and then we'll hear the first gunshot from the corner. And back then, fool didn't give a fuck. They'll go to the corner. Because I think it's different from, like, cities where it's big, where, like, let's say, like I'm not putting any city down, but let's say there's, like, the Valley And like cities like that where it's so big that they have to drive to their enemies.
Yeah.
Like they have to drive or anything like that.
To catch the
Where
other-
I grew up, food, you have a hood here, a hood here, a hood here, a hood here.
Like each
So,
corner, each
them
block,
fools went
each
to
corner.
Belmont, them fools went to middle school, elementary. Them fools grandmas talk to each other. They order the same panaderia.
Yeah.
Like food is just a big ass relajo. Like talking about these fools used to play football together in the same team. These fools used to get high together before they got into different hoods. So talking about these fools used to pass by. These fools knew where the homies lived. This fool knew where.
Yeah, everybody knew each other. Everybody knew
it.
who was from.
And what's crazy is that the internet wasn't popping. Well, yeah, MySpace, but it was not the same.
It's not like Instagram now.
So back then, everybody just knew each other from. Oh yeah, I know that fool, boy. And then back then, there wasn't so many high schools. There was so many middle schools. So I'm talking about my boy. I'm talking about everybody knew each other so much, fool, that. Like my older homies used to be like, hey Danny boy, let's go to the store. And I used to be a little happy as kid. Like, oh, you got me? And fools used to pull up guns on the homies like, hey fool, you're lucky you with the woo. I'll be like, damn, you know, nigga, like it be like that, you feel me? But I guess you get accustomed to it, which is so weird, bro.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean,
so
you end
weird.
up growing up here.
Yeah,
You kind of get used to the environment.
And I posted this video for my Instagram, and I felt like people got this wrong perspective when I was like, I don't talk about guns because I ain't never shot nobody, and I don't talk about pushing dope because I ain't never just saw judge. Like I feel like people just think like, oh well, then you didn't grow up in the hood. Like nah, that's not. You got the whole wrong perspective.
Yeah, you're around
like
it.
like I didn't get punked in the hood I grew up with. My homies had love for me. They got love for me. Till this day, the homies be like, oh, that's the homie Duno.
Yeah.
That's the homie Danny boy. Like I didn't get punked in. I didn't have to go. Like you feel me? Like I got enemies. I've seen guns before. I've held guns before. I've had them on me. You feel me? But I guess I never had to get to that extent. You feel me?
Yeah.
And or when they were like, like I feel like nowadays everybody sells drugs, but like
yeah, I mean it's
like,
so easy.
Like yeah, I know, but is it like, do you do it because you really need the money, or do you do it because you want to look cool in front of your homies? You feel me? And I wasn't raised like that, which is crazy. I feel like I feel like I was raised in a different generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my homies never. Like I used to see homies get into politics shit. I just tell them, like, nah, nigga, that's you fools. I'm gonna go tag on some walls, go fight with my enemies, go crack my enemies, go chase my enemies, go get chased by the cops, go fucking on big ass extinguisher missions.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. Like I never wanted just, cause fool, if I used to see the homies, fool, like no disrespect to the homies, but fool, you can't go nowhere. You beef with everybody.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I have beef everywhere too. You feel me? Like I have fools that don't like me from here. But it's different when you're a tagger.
Yeah.
Like I grew up where I'll be walking around here and feel like, where you from? I tell them where I'm from. You feel me? Like they'll be like, alright, cool, my boy. Or,
Yeah.
But when you grow up in the hood, it gets to a certain level where it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was never a bitch either. You feel me? Like, and that's one thing the homies taught me. Like, for there's nothing wrong with, cause nowadays they're like, oh, you're a fucking tagger. You're a fucking tagger.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot. A lot of people don't like.
Yeah, they don't like
us
us, fool. Which and some hoods do. Some hoods are like, oh, you're cool. Just don't be writing in my hood.
Yeah, like
But-
no disrespect and all that.
But fool, I've taken my beatings. I've gotten down with gangbangers. Just cause you gangbang don't mean I can beat your ass.
Yeah.
Cause I beat up a couple of gangbangers before.
Yeah, I seen a couple videos.
Yeah, I showed you a couple videos.
I seen a couple videos.
Yeah, where I fucking beating. I don't give a fuck where you're from. I mean, you just, if I feel disrespected or I feel like you're feeling some type of way towards me, I'm gonna ask for my face.
No, yeah.
And another thing too, I remember when I got shot. I remember.
And it was outside that one house.
Yeah,
we went
I
to,
got shot right in front of where I grew up.
Sheesh.
Thank God it didn't get to the extent where where I got shot in my stomach or anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
Thank God I got blessed and got shot in my foot. You feel me? And
Do you have a scar or anything? By any chance?
Fuck. You can feel the bullet.
Oh, you
Yeah, you can feel it when it's cold and I touch the floor.
Wait, so you still have the bullet?
Yeah, fool, cause for them to take off all the metal,
What the?
they'll have to like they have to cut off like that part of my foot and my big toe. And which is so crazy. I remember when I showed up to the hospital, they were like, "Hey, you shot yourself?" But I'm like, think about it.
Cause they shot you by your toes or
Yeah,
what?
so like,
oh, okay.
They shot me
okay.
like right here, like in the bottom.
Shit. How did they just aim down?
No, fool. I remember the car pulled up and they didn't even say nothing, fool. I remember they shot the first shot and I was on house arrest, so I couldn't go past my building.
Yeah.
And I remember they shot the first shot, BAM! And nobody reacted. And then the second time they said something, and my brother-in-law and the homies Skills were smoking, and the homies from the crew were looking toward me, and they were looking toward the street. So then,
You were looking toward the street.
yeah, and then the homies were looking.
So they
to
were
the
on the
street.
back. They were facing
Yeah,
the back.
except the homies killed my brother.
Oh, that's smoking.
So let's say if they would have gone like this, fool, like straight, if that fool wasn't scared or whatever his situation, I'm pretty sure he was scared, dog. Keep it 100, like.
Yeah.
Cause if you pull up to somebody like this and you're like this, you're gonna kill him, fool, regardless. Regardless of what the situation is.
That's like
you're
straight.
You're gonna smoke him, fool.
Yeah. Or do damage.
Yeah, you're gonna do damage because they did shoot me with a deuce. They didn't shoot me with a big gun. Hell no, they would have shot me. My shit would have been blown out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
I would have been. I probably would have never been able to walk the same or some type of weird shit. So I remember they were like this, but I guess the bullet ricocheted from the fence and they hit me in the bottom, which is so weird.
Oh shit!
And I remember the cops. I was bullshitting them. Man, fuck, wow. Like, you know, I'm not, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't talk to me, bro. I'm a minor.
Yeah.
Fucking tight. And then my girl's mom at the moment, my ex-suegra, my ex-girl, my mom doesn't talk English, fool, so the cops were like, and my ex-suegra was like, hey, leave him the fuck alone. He's fucking hurt right now. And then she told my mom, like, no digas nada. She told my suegra, and she was like, and my ex-suegra was her, nigga, she was the business. I love that lady.
For sure.
And my mom knows the business too, but when you don't know English,
it's kind of hard.
Like my mom knows English, but the cops were using some type of way to try to, and my mom was like, my mom just right there, and I was like, man, close my fucking curtain. So I remember my suegra was like, hey, leave my fuck alone or whatever. And then when they asked my mom, like, hey, did he shoot himself? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I remember when I went to school, all my teachers were like, hey, you shot yourself, huh? I'm like, what kind of fucking idiot holds the gun and goes like, boom. I've heard stories, I've seen some of my homies shoot themselves in the hand, or I've seen some of my homies. Let me tell you, one time I was in the balcony, and the homies fucking, and one of the homies shot himself, full active, blew out his whole fucking leg, full, with an AK.
With an AK?
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh. But I heard the gunshot and I went back and then the homie was already there. but to this day they make fun of him. Thank God they didn't like kill him or nothing.
Yeah, he's still good though now?
Yeah, he got deported. I think he's like in Guatemala.
Shit, okay.
How do you shoot yourself?
With the fucking AK, bro.
I'm like, fuck. Well, honestly, I don't even know my guns, but I just know it was a big gun.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty,
it was on an assault rifle.
It was on a Call of Duty type of
shit.
I just saw it.
I
remember, I was like, what the fuck? And I remember food for like 3 months, they'll make fun of that food, dog. Pobre way, fool. They used to clown on that fool active. Fucking the homie Limpy.
Limpy? That's what they call him?
He used to walk weird.
But
I'm telling you, if I've heard stories of like homies shoot themselves and all that shit. So yeah, man, and then everybody was asking me like, "Sure," I'm like, nah, motherfucker, I ain't shoot myself. They're like, first of all, I don't even like, you know, like I've said before, I don't even like guns. You feel me? Like I prefer just running my fade. Mm-hmm. But again, if it has to get to that extent, like if let's say somebody were to kill my mom or one of my sisters or my brother-in-law, then that's a whole different story. That's when I'm gonna have to. It has to get to that extent. But other than that, it's never gotten to the extent. And I guess I got the better end of the story for me.
And how old were you when you got shot again?
16.
16. So
that
was probably like fresh sophomore year for you?
I was 16 in 11th grade. No.
Yeah,
you're supposed sophomore year going to a junior year, kind of. Yeah, almost.
Okay. Yeah. So you went to school or?
Yeah. Fucking big ass.
Everybody was just like looking at you.
And you know what's funny, Dick? What cheap people out is that I remember the homies from, because I went to school in a different hood where I grew up with, and I know homies from there. I went to middle school with them, and they'll be like, hey, they used to be like, I remember food used to be like, because word goes around the city quick, food.
Oh yeah.
Around the area for like, Foduno. I was one of the, I guess, I'm not the first tiger, but I'm the first tiger from, I guess, my generation to be shot and all. Like, I know, I guess from my area, from my group of homies that I grew up with, that went to middle school with and high school with, I was one of the first ones to get shot. Yeah. When it comes to me being.
There's some real shit. Yeah, some real shit. Yeah, because that shit don't happen to every other kid.
Yeah, it doesn't happen to. Like I've had homies get stabbed.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, I've had homies die too. You know, but I was the first one where fools didn't expect me to get shot. You know.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I guess you could say like, I was the first one from, let's say, my class, from like everybody I went to 8th grade with. They'll be like, oh my God, you got shot. It's like, yeah, nigga.
Yo, look at it, check it out.
I remember I had broken up with my girl and I stopped at you like, yeah, I've been shot before. Nothing serious. So
and the DM's like, oh.
I'm like, yeah, I'm a warrior.
I'm a warrior, you know.
Yeah, so
the usual, regular.
The usual. Some light work, some light work. But I remember then, fool, and then I remember at 12 is when I started getting locked up, fool, so. Yeah, so that's when I started going to at 12 was when I first got arrested and had to go to court and all this shit. And then at 13 was when I got put on probation officially. I got put on probation because I used to get kicked out of law too for fighting from middle schools.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Parvere, which is a good school, fool. I went to Parvere out there in like by Santa Monica, PCH.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to John Burroughs. And then I went to John Burroughs, and then I also went to South Castro. And then for high school, I went to Belmont, Palisades, and MC. So I used to go to a lot of schools, but then within all that time, I remember all my tickets I had like 4 tickets for tagging, graffiti, 1 ticket for spitting at the cops, another one for a robbery.
So when they catch you for tagging, what usually happens?
Since I'm a minor, fool, usually they'll give me a ticket and let me go, or my parents will come pick me from the station.
So if it happens now?
But recently I got caught. Remember I was telling you I got flogged, dick. So they took me to the glass house.
Oh, cause
but I bailed out.
For sure.
But I'm putting that shit to the side right now, and the homies understand it. The homies they love what I'm doing. They love that I'm.
And which is what?
Progressing. I'm fucking doing my comedy shit.
The whole Instagram stuff?
The whole Instagram stuff, YouTube. I'm doing pretty good on YouTube.
Yeah,
too.
I seen that. It's good.
My own
I like 1,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah, I have like 1,000 something. And you know what's crazy, fool? That I think, fucking, I might go see my dad this Sunday. My homies might go out to TJ. And I remember, fool, he used to be like, oh yeah, like fool. What the good thing about my dad, fool, that I got, fool, was humbleness, dog. You know?
He was humble.
Fool, super. Like, I remember one time, fool. No lie, fool. We had no blankets in our house, and it's because he gave them to all the homeless that used to live by the bridge. The bridge right there, yeah, right there, okay. The block.
Yeah.
Gave them to all the homeless when he's like, what are you guys crying about? You guys have a home, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy now to think about it because my older sisters, fool, they love him more. My 2 older sisters, they love my dad more because...
They still talk to him?
Yeah, they send them money. All 3 of my sisters do, actually. I'm the only one that doesn't.
Oh, but he talks to them?
But he talks to them more. He calls them.
Okay.
And it's because me and him, fool, ended in a bad note. The last time I saw him, fool, I got in his face. That was the first time I ever got in his face.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, you're not disrespecting my mom like that. And he was never the type to hit my mom or nothing. He was just, fool, drugs get you at a certain point where that's all you need, that's all you want. Yeah. I remember, fool, he used to pawn our TVs. He pawned my sister's jewelry for
quick cash.
But at the end of the day, fool, I'm not gonna make him look because he raised my sisters good. He raised my 2 older sisters. He was a great dad to them. Just me and my other sister Cookie got that short end of the stick. So we saw him when he was a dope head, where he'll come home at night, where he was acting weird, where that fool. But honestly, I grew up in the same time where like I feel like everybody wants everybody to feel bad for each other now. Like I grew up in a single home. Sometimes my mom did struggle for the rent. I seen my mom cry, stress out. I've seen us get put through situations where, damn, you wish you had more, or you feel me, or just like all the situations where, damn, like an inner city kid goes through. I went through, but I see the good of it, dog. Like, I tend to make fun of it, like you know,
like you went see the good of it.
Yeah, I don't feel bad because, fool, if you hear me talk with all my homies, all situations I've been to personally and my homies, fool, we sit there and talk about it, and we don't feel bad for each other. We glad we made it out of that. You feel me? Like, my mom happened to work really hard and fuck a daddy, for me, fuck a father figure. My mom put food on the table, clothes on her back. She would make sure we're good. She would make sure we always have some new, at least every once in a while, get some new shoes. But sometimes I remember food. Just crazy. I remember back then I used to tell her like, "Oh, I can't have $5. I heard you to give me $5." And I was younger, and it was crazy that I didn't realize that I was 6, 7, and my dad was a crackhead. Fucking my sister Erica had gone through what she was going through. My mom was working 7 days a week.
Yeah,
like
making it.
We were living in a single, like it was.
Yeah,
so
as a little kid, you didn't know any of that
exactly,
stuff.
which is so
until
crazy.
Now that you're old enough, you see it.
And even when I was older, I remember I used to be like, "Oh, we never go to my fucking water polo games or the little things." You know, I remember I used to chip on her like, you know, I was selfish about it. You feel me? Like
yeah. But you're a little kid.
Yeah,
you didn't know
I was younger. You know, even like 11, 12, and I remember I used to tell her like, "Oh, I heard you to give me $5," and now that I'm older, I didn't realize that fool, she was raising us on her own 7 days a week.
Yeah. Moms go out, single mothers go, they're really,
Papa.
they're so fucking
Tell me,
strong,
like,
man.
now that I'm doing this, fool, I think she's really excited, but I can't wait.
Yeah, I bet she is. Yeah, I bet she is.
But she still doesn't understand it a little bit.
No, yeah. She will.
Yeah.
She will, though. Trust me. You know,
But I remember she used to be like, damn, why can't you put, she used to know that she used to hate and love the fact how in love I was with tagging. I used to I put in so much work from the age of 16 or 17. I was the only young fool.
How old?
I was 16. No, I've been tagging since 13. I've had my nickname since 13.
But how'd you get that?
Randomly with my sister. I was like, I need a new nickname. I had some fucking paisa-ass nickname. And I was just trying.
Which was what?
Which was like, I remember I had some shit like Fatso. I don't know.
Fatso.
Or like, I had like Fat, but with a P-H-A-T.
Oh, okay.
And then I had like Doze, which is super burned out.
Doze.
And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. My sister was like, and I remember I was writing in a notebook. And my sister was like, I'll do this. And I was like, oh, fuck it. And then I stuck with it, fool. And I've had my nickname since my 8th grade to this day now.
It's crazy.
To this day now. And it's so crazy, like, how my mom used to be like, how are you you're so passionate about it, like, fuck, you like that shit. But my older sisters were crazy too, they were active too. My older sister was she was with the business. Yeah. And I think my older sister, the gangsters one from all of us, she was fucking,
she with the shit.
I wish, one of these days, promise you guys, I'm gonna do an interview with my older sister, fuck. The shit she's been through, though, you're gonna sit there.
Oh, don't you do podcasts too?
Yeah, I do podcasts too.
Bring her to the podcast and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have her on a podcast. You too?
I'm down.
I'm gonna try to interview you. Just the bad thing is that I have to, like, my sister be like, nah, you can't borrow my phone, but I've done it before where I could do the podcast and then, no, I could have you on the phone while doing the podcast.
Oh,
yeah, it works perfect. And that's what's so good about the app. Fool,
yeah,
which is so dope. I remember back to where I used to be like, oh, I hurt you to give me $5. I remember, fool, she used to be like, don't ever sell drugs, don't ever sell weed or whatever. And my mom's really understanding, fool. My mom loves all my homies from her crew.
And she knew that you were passionate about the whole tagging too, right?
Fool, she used to buy me like at 14, nobody has jobs, but she used to buy me first time. But I just saw weed, fool. I used to make like, when I was 14, 13, fool, making, in 9th grade, fool, I was making what? Fucking, I didn't go to school, first of all, from then 9th grade till I got out of camp, which is when I had to go to school because I didn't want to go back to getting locked up and shit. But I still got locked up even over other shit, getting tickets and other shit. But I remember, fool, I used to be like, I never went to school, fool. I used to meet up the homies at 8 in the morning, buy 40s, go to the beach, go to East LA, go to some view, go to rooftops, get drunk, get faded. And all this shit, we used to have 40s on there. I'll show you that picture where I have like 10 40s in front of me. I remember that day, fool, I was throwing up all over the school.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fool, and I used to so weird, and she used to be like, oh, how you getting that? How you getting this? And I used to be like, oh, and I just tell my older sister, like, oh, just tell her you bought it for me, like, I asked you for it. And I'll be like, all right. Because they'll back me up for my mom, you feel me? Like,
does it help you out?
Especially my older sister, since she went through it. Like, she's like my second mom, so, and I love her to death, but like, we fight a lot too, though, but my second mom, feel like, I remember she used to be like, well, don't be fucking stupid, or she used to go to my court dates, fool. She used to be the one talk, because my older didn't know Spanish, so my court dates, my sister would talk, or she's one of my guardians, actually.
Yeah.
My sister's one of my guardians, so
okay.
When I used to get locked up, fool, my older sisters couldn't visit me, but she could. She could visit me, man.
Cool.
My sister Erica.
How old is she? She's older than you, right?
She's 10 years older than me.
10 years older than you?
That's what I'm saying. So when I was fucking 5, she was 15. So that's when she was going through that whole phase. And I didn't understand, fool, but I remember, fool, she used to fuck me up too, dog. She used to
fuck you up?
Stop fucking crying. Whoa. But I remember she'll come, shower, get ready, and then leave. And I remember, fool, she made me cry too, dog. I remember, like, when I was younger, I used to see her, like, argue with my mom and shit, and she used to make me cry, dog. I used to be like, fuck, like, all the shit we were going through at the moment, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I used to sell dime bags, dubs, ate this shit. And I used to be like, how you fresh out? And with all that money, fool, the girl I was dating, or whatever I was doing, fool, I just take them out to eat, and I used to buy pain. Not pain. Because I remember the rule was, don't ever buy pain. you have to rack it or whatever. So like, I used to be, bro, I used to be fucking buckets of paint, roller sticks, extinguished.
Why not buy it?
Cause I think the thing was like, that's not the craft way. The craft way was, or like that's how, we were one of the last crews that the older fools gave respect to.
Oh, okay.
Cause nowadays, fool, there's like crews every other day.
Yeah.
And we're the last crew where the homies gave respect to. Like, they didn't punk us, they didn't rob us.
Yeah.
Or they didn't fucking just beat us. Nah.
Yeah, they know of you. They know who
we didn't get punked into the hood.
Mm-hmm.
And all my brother-in-laws, they're from different crews too. And they showed that we were serious about it, that me and my homies. And we're way younger. All my brother-in-laws are older than me. My brother-in-laws are my second dad, the one that's dating my older sister.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up to him growing up, like the graph way. So I used to be like, you're a grapher, fool? Well, then actually go writing, my boy. Go writing. And yo, shit, don't be a bitch. Don't get punked. So I remember fool used to be like, where you from? I used to tell them where I was from. And they used to be like, what is that? I used to let them know, like, what's up, fool? Like, and I've always been like that too. Like, if I feel like you're coming at me in a certain way, I'm gonna come at you. So I used to be
the wrong way.
Fool? They call me woo, you know? They used to be like, all right, you know? And if I come doing off from woo to woo. And I got my crew tattooed all over my leg too, so. And I only wear shorts, so that shit, I ain't hiding that shit from nobody.
Oh, that's how you wear shorts?
Yeah, that's all. Especially, look, you can see all my tattoos and shit. So I have the, boom. I have a chunky, I'm a little ashy. But I have a chunky head down on my legs, so I'm always like, you know?
Yeah, for real.
I'm always rocking my shit. There's never a day where you can't see my shit, and if you want to ask, well, just ask, you know? Like, and you know what's so crazy about it now, food, I think I still have that tense where food asks me around. Like, food be like, oh, you're doing those words? I'll be like, yeah, fool, stuff. And I'll tell them where I'm from, and they'll be like, oh, nah.
No, it's not like that. It's like, yeah.
I'll be like, oh, you could have came off with that.
Yeah.
And then food be like, oh, yeah. But they say, like, oh, you. Sometimes I'll be on the bus for walking down the block. And I'll be like, yeah, well, what's up, fool? They come in. And they'll be like, oh, nah, we fuck with your videos, fool. We fuck with. Yeah, and I'll be like, dick, you could have. Oh, my bad, fool. I'm like, sorry. And you know what's so crazy, fool, that now, fool, like, when fools ask me, like, oh, where you grow up, I'll tell them, and they'll be like, oh, what? Like, I'm from the city. I'll be like, and they be from different hoods, and they be like, oh, we fuck with your videos. Like, I have fools from hoods that be fit that like my videos. They'll be DMing me, like, oh, homie, we got your bag. We fuck with your videos. Like, you got. And think about it like this, fool. I'm Mexican. I'm from, like, yeah, LA's known. LA's super known, but I'm from a side of town where not everybody, where it's just raza, and I feel like nowadays Hispanics, where I feel like we're the minority, like the black and the whites, they're running the rap game, the acting game, the comedy game. When's the last time you seen other than George Lopez, which is like he's respected and loved, and because of all the work he put in, but he's so overrated now that you don't even see no more Hispanic comedians. Well, you see like what Cholo Fit, that fool, but fool, like, and that's what's my goal right now, which is crazy. Like, I want it for it to be not so underrated for us to do shit. But yeah, man, I went through fucking ups and downs in my life, and I grew up in the trenches too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm from the hood, but I didn't have to get into the hood to be from the hood. You feel me? Like, I got my own thing going on, and the homies love that, and I'm respected, and I think that's one thing I learned from that, which was good. Like, but never let yourself be your dog. Like, I ain't never turned down no fade. You feel me? I don't care how deep you are from your hood. If you feel they're gonna pack me out, you feel better fucking pack me out, dog. I'm gonna try to at least beat up one or two of you, and the rest, fuck it, well, then I'll take my beating. I didn't been cracked before by bats. I didn't been in out the house. Thankfully, I never been to county jail or prison, which is, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But, and that's what's crazy too, though. I feel like that's a goal for everybody. Like, I've been to the glass house where it's on your way to county, but I bailed myself out. I had the money. I work for my shit. I work on a fancy ass spot. I got fucking crazy chicken.
Crazy chicken. That's right. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And that's what I pay my phone with. That's where I buy my tripod with. That's what I fucking. You feel me? Like, there's, you know, like, I have a good thing going on for me. I have the Instagram shit. There's no.
Does your work know about the whole Instagram thing?
Yeah, for my boss be like.
Your boss knows and all that?
Like, oh, you're famous.
You're famous.
I'm like, what the fuck going on?
Your boss be saying that?
Before I be getting recognized at work.
I work.
Fool. Oh, yes, you do know the world. Hey, fool, take my order. I'll be like, oh, I got you. I'll come up with a drink or like some chick and shit.
Or skip them out a little bit.
Nah. Fuck you didn't like my shit. But yeah, fool, they got it. And yeah, fool, I like it, dog. My homies got love for me. My homies love what I'm doing. But and how I was saying, food, and people have this perspective like I do these funny videos, so nah, try me, motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's funny because with all that skits that you do, it's funny because it could be relatable to some other people. And like you said, it's stuff that happens.
Yeah, and people think like the relationship ones. I've been in multiple relationships. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Or like when I got shot, or when I talk about the homies that when they start pulling their cards. I grew up on a block. Yeah. I grew up where I've gotten down with my homies over so friendly. I fucking gotten down with my homies multiple times.
Yeah.
Me and the homie ever fight all the time. Well, at least fight once every time we see each other. We'll start arguing about something or we'll squabble. And the homie smile, he'll be like, man, so what? Like food. Everything I talk about, the homies cagapalos. All the videos I've made, yeah, obviously I'm gonna exaggerate to make it more funny. I like the little extras, like, oh, your dad left you. Or,
yeah.
Some of my homies are not okay with talking about that, but some of me and my homies, yo, your dad left you. You fat bitch. Or, like, nah, our dad left us. Or they'll be like, all right. I'll be like, hey, if I'm gonna go to the liquor store, and they'll be like, that's what your dad said. And he never came back. Or, there's a certain, like, food. Everything I talk about, everything I say it for a reason. I'm not saying it to just for like, yeah, and obviously sooner or later in my career I'm gonna make skits where I'm getting paid to do this certain thing, or I'm getting paid to be this. I could be a fat gay dude for my next skit. If you're paying me $1,000 to be a fat gay dude, I'm gonna be a fat gay dude. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, but doesn't mean that that I know that, you feel me, like, nah, like I do this shit because I love it, and obviously, hopefully. And that's what I'm working on is.
And it's cool. Yeah, and it's cool.
If I get into acting and I have to be a fat teacher. I've never been a teacher before, but that's what learning has to be about. You feel me?
Of course, yeah.
Doesn't mean you're a square, or doesn't mean you're not with the business. Nah, that's what you're making money off. Half the rappers rap about shit they never been through.
Yep.
You feel me? So I'm talking about shit that I've actually been through, and my homies can prove that, and anybody that I've lived around can prove that. But I said, like, obviously I exaggerate, like when I go like, or like when I do funny shit, like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but the whole content is for it to be funny and for you to be related to it, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, this shit's beautiful, dog. Growing up, you're growing up in the hood, it's a lot of love. I'm glad the homies love me, and I'm glad I love the homies, and my family supports it, my sister supports it, my mom likes it, my little cousins like it, the homies I'm with on a daily basis, the homies I work with, everybody supports me, even though like it's in different ways. Everybody supports me, and that's what's good about it. And I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm glad I'm doing this shit than doing something, than fucking selling drugs or doing this or doing that. There's no need for me to sell drugs, and if you feel me, like there's no need for me to.
And it's cool because you're not forcing this whole Instagram thing.
I'm not.
It's all like just you, and you ended up getting not a fan base, but you ended up getting followers and stuff like that.
What's crazy, like where I'm at right now, like
how much are you right now?
I'm at 27.7. 27.
That's when you're at 20,000.
Yeah, fuck, dog, that shit. Couple of videos do you good.
That's good.
Yeah, like where I'm living right now in Hollywood, I didn't grow up out here, but it's cool too. Like I get recognized out here too, which is crazy.
Just walking down the block?
Yeah, just walking down the block to the store. I be getting recognized getting hot dog right in the corner.
For us?
Yeah, like, oh, what's up? Or my sister works at a bar and some paisa loves my videos.
Oh, for real?
Like, hey, güey, me gustan tus videos, güey.
Hey, chistoso.
Yeah, órale, paisa. And what's crazy, like when I tell people, like, oh, no, I stay here now, they'll be like, oh, you can understand that LA is small, food, like.
It is small.
Yeah, like Carlos, the cameraman, he's from East LA. I could be like, Carlos, meet up. I'll take a bus over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I could tell the homie from South Central, hey, fool, where do you stay at? Oh, I stay on, like, one of the homies lives on Western, and I'm not saying his exact address. Let's say he lives on Western and fucking 57. I just walk to Western and catch the Western bus, and it dropped off in 20-30 minutes. Or if I go to the block, if I go to the block with the homies, catch one bus to the block with the homies. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Or Uber there, my Uber will be $3. Like everything's. I'm still everywhere. You feel me?
Uber pool,
yeah. Or I'm still on the bus. I still fucking Uber pool. Still not rich. I still gotta go to work at 4 o'clock today.
You still don't have that promo code for Uber.
I still don't got the promos. Uber still hasn't sponsored me, fuckers. Welcome to my life. You feel me? And more to come, more to see, and all of that. It's gonna be beautiful. Let's get it.
You wanna shout out your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube, and all that?
Fucking my Instagram's at DOKNOWSWORLD, DOKNOWS. Oh, let me show you guys.
Yeah.
That's my Instagram at DOKNOWSWORLD. I'm gonna show you guys my YouTube real quick.
You got all happy too.
This is my YouTube, DOKNOWSWORLD. Make sure you go subscribe, like, turn on the notification, because I will be posting more. Me and my mom are moving out, so I'm gonna be feel more comfortable being by myself still. You feel me?
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe vlog the whole movie. You know,
yeah,
maybe?
vlog. Yeah, you guys should use Anchor. It's a good fucking thing to use for a podcast. It's called My Dumbass Youth. The name really doesn't mean nothing. It's just something that I say a lot, like fucking dumbass or what's good, my youth. You guys will see if you guys follow my YouTube. And then my Twitter, the same thing as my Instagram. Make sure you guys go show love, subscribe, like, share everything with you. If you have some type of business, anything, hit me up. I don't mind promoting. I do charge, but if you show me love, I'll show you love. So if you have clothing and you send me a couple shirts, and I promote some light work. But yeah, you guys see more coming. Me and the homie Carlos gonna be working on some more shit too. Hopefully when I get some skits more done and all that, cause I have a lot of things written down. Just I like I said, I've been working a lot. I've been fucking busy doing all types of shit. So my goal this year is to at least make it, and do progress a little bit in life and on my YouTube, on my Instagram. So that's it. But DOKNOWSWORLD out. Let's get it. Oh, you got it. Oh yeah.
Get it, G.